All right, welcome back everybody. Mr. Gajewski here. Today we're going to learn about the different meanings of minus and how to represent negatives with algebra tiles. So 2.1.3, what does minus mean? Writing algebraic expressions. In this section, you will look at algebraic expressions and see how they can be interpreted using an expression mat. To achieve this goal, you first need to understand the different meanings of the minus symbol, which is found in expressions such as 5 minus 2, negative x, and minus negative 3. 222 learning log. What does minus mean? Find as many ways as you can to describe this symbol and discuss how these descriptions differ from one another. Share your ideas with the class and record the different uses in your learning log. Title this entry, Meanings of Minus, and include today's date. So, I'm going to do mine virtually, digitally, but I would like for you to do yours in your notes, or on your graph paper. So, meanings of minus. I am doing this on September 30th of 2020. Go ahead and write down the title and date in your book, then take about a minute, pause the video, take a minute, and find as many different ways as you can to describe the meaning of minus. All right, welcome back. I'm going to discuss the 4 big ways that I want to talk about the minus sign. So one of the ways that we can talk about the minus sign would be to say that it also means take away, subtract, opposite, and negative. So minus, other ways we can describe that, take away, subtract, opposite, and negative. I'm going to flip back to the book here. Using an expression mat. Your introduction to algebra tiles in lesson 2.1.1 and 2.1.2 involved only positive values. Today you will look at how you can use algebra tiles to represent minus. Below are several tiles with their associated values. Note that the shaded tiles are positive and the unshaded tiles are negative. The diagram at right will appear throughout the text as a reminder. So that's over here. So one way that I like to think about this is that the darker ones, the shaded ones, they're filled in, they have value. The white ones are empty, they have no value, they are negative. Minus can also be represented with the new tool called an expression mat, shown at the right. An expression mat is an organizing tool that will be used to represent expressions. Notice that there is a positive region at the top and a negative or opposite region at the bottom. Positive, negative, or opposite. Using the expression mat, the value negative 3 can be shown in several ways, 2 of which are shown at right. So plus a negative 3 or minus a positive 3. Both have a value of negative 3. Note that in these examples, the diagram on the left side uses negative tiles in the positive region, while the diagram on the right side uses positive tiles in the negative region. Use the expression mat to create each of the following expressions with algebra tiles. So we can go ahead and click this link, open up our tiles. This will take me right to an expression mat. Another way we can get there is I can leave full screen, eTools, tiles. My backgrounds, the expression mat is in there. Positive, negative. Positive, negative, same thing here. I'm going to work out of this one, a little bit easier to see. But that's how you would get to it if there is no link. All right, we're going to go back here, back to full screen. So 2 different ways to represent negative 2x using an expression mat. Go ahead and try both of these. Pause the video, try both of these, and then check back in a little bit. All right, welcome back. Let's talk about minus 2x, or negative 2x, I should say. So a couple different ways. So I'm going to need 2x. I want to subtract 2 positive x's, right? Minus, I'm taking away 2 x's. The other way we can think about this is we can add a negative 2x. Right, 3x minus a negative 4. How many different ways can you build 3x minus a negative 4? So another way I like to think about this is a plus 3x. It's a positive 3x, so plus 3x minus negative 4. So here's a way that I can show 3x minus a negative 4. Another way we could do it is with the opposite. So we could take away a negative 3x. Minus a negative 3x is the same as 3x. Minus a negative 4 would be another way. I'm going to go ahead and clear these. All right, as you solved problem 223, did you see all of the different ways to represent minus that you listed in 222? Discuss how you can use an expression that to represent the different meanings discussed in the class. So you're not going to be able to have a discussion if you're watching this virtually, but one of the things that we can do is, all right, let's just talk about it here with me. So we talked a little bit about subtract, right? So we're subtracting a positive x is the same as adding a negative x. So subtract came up, opposite came up, negative came out. These are opposites, right? Adding a negative 3x is the same as subtracting a positive 3x. So these sides are opposites. All right, building expressions. Use the expression map to create each of the following expressions with algebra tiles. Find at least 2 different representations for each expression. Sketch each representation on your paper. Be prepared to share your different representations with the class. So go ahead again, pause the video here. Try these on your own, and then check back. See how you did. All right, everybody, welcome back. I'm going to go through a few of these with you. So, negative 3x plus 4, right? We want 2 different representations. Well, negative 3x or minus 3x. So, minus 3x plus 4. That's one way we could do it. Or we could use the opposite of minus 3x, which is plus a negative 3x. 2 different ways. There are multiple ways. There's more than 2 ways. You don't have to get these ways. Minus y minus 2. So minus the quantity y minus 2. So we're going to subtract a y. We're going to subtract a negative 2. All right, we can also use opposites. So plus a negative and plus 2 positives. These have the same value as this expression here. All right, minus y minus 3. Minus y minus 3. Here's one way to do it. We could also add a negative y. Or we could do plus a negative 3 minus y. Or plus a negative y plus a negative 3. And lastly, 5x minus the quantity 3 minus 2x. So 5x, we're going to add, that's a positive 5x. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Minus 3, so minus 3. Minus a negative 2x. There's the first way I could do it. The other way would be to add a negative instead of subtracting a positive. So that's the second way. Another way we could do it, right? Plus 5x plus 2x minus 3. These are all the same value. And you can come up with different ways on your own. These are not the only ways to do this. All right, 226 and problem 225, you represented algebraic expressions with algebra tiles. In this problem, you will need to reverse your thinking to write an expression from a diagram of algebra tiles. So working with a partner, you will not have a partner, unfortunately. Write algebraic expressions for each represented below. Start by building each problem using your algebra tiles. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to annotate here. All right, so this first one, remember the shaded are our positives and the empties are our negatives. If I go ahead and let's take a look here. So how many pots? So I'm adding here, I'm adding 2 positive x's. And I'm adding 3 negative unit tiles. I'm going to have you pause, go ahead and try B, C, and D on your own. The answers to these 3 will be posted on Google Classroom. Actually, let me do B with you as well. So let's see here. I'm taking away a positive y minus y, and then I'm taking away 4 negative unit tiles. You can check C and D on Google Classroom. 227, this is an extension problem. You do not have to do that. If you want, go ahead and try it on your own. Then we'll talk about 228, the learning log. So reflect about what you have learned from today's lesson as you answer the following question in your learning log. Title this entry, Representing Expressions on an Expression Mat, and include today's date. So using an expression mat, find 2 different ways to represent x minus 1 minus the quantity 2x minus 3. Sketch the different representations and write a few sentences to describe the differences and the ways you build each representation. So go ahead and take about 5 minutes to do that on your own. Once you have finished 228, your assignment for the day will be all of the review preview problems starting at 29 all the way down to 33. That's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.